Archaeology, study of the human past through material remains. It's a continuous story which begins with the first appearance of man on the earth and will only end with the final extinction of the species. For the archaeological studies in our country, Institute of Archaeology plays the leading role. This is a unique institution run by Archaeological Survey of India exclusively to train young archaeologists. Locating inside the majestic Red Fort, it has produced galaxy of outstanding scholars ever since its inception in 1959. History of archaeological studies goes back to 1784 with the establishment of Asiatic Society of Bengal. Archaeology as a separate discipline emerged with the commencement of Archaeological Survey of India in 1861 with Alexander Cunningham as the archaeological surveyor. In 1902, Sir John Marshall was appointed as Director General, and during his tenure, Indian archaeology witnessed large-scale excavations and conservation programs. The path-breaking discovery of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro also happened during the same era by two Indian archaeologists, Dayaram Sahani and R.D. Banerjee. In 1944, Sir Mortimer Wheeler was appointed as Director General. His brief was to bring about all-round improvement to the survey.
Sir Mortimer Wheeler came and he started a training camp at Taxila, introducing new methods of excavation, which were quite different from the methods practiced by us prior to that date. These new methods laid special emphasis on soil stratification rather than the method of recording objects on the basis of depth. This was a very good method, and there were two training camps, one at Taxila and another at Arikaman. Lots of people were trained, and Wheeler selected some of the trainees as officers in the service.
Wheeler realized that mere theoretical knowledge in history and language could hardly help a university graduate to become an archaeologist. Wheeler rightly said, "A knowledge of Persian will not keep Taj Mahal from falling down. A knowledge of Sanskrit will not restore Chola paintings of the great temple of Tanjore." In 1947, India got independence. At the same time, it got partitioned. It was a big setback for Indian archaeology. The bright days again came with the coming of Amalananda Ghosh as Director General of Archaeological Survey of India. A. Ghosh gave final shape to the proposal to establish a training school under ASI. In 1959, School of Archaeology was inaugurated under the directorship of B.B. Lal.
And I was given the privilege of being its first director. We had quite a few subjects in that. Training in excavation, training in conservation, prehistory, protohistory, a little bit of old archaeology, and Buddhism, museology, epigraphy, and things like that. And this gave a sort of minimum basic training to the students. I mean, that was not meant to specialize them in any of these subjects.
The school functioned from the Office of Director General, Archaeological Survey of India, Janpat. School admitted 10 students in each batch, which includes foreign students.
I was in the first batch of the School of Archaeology. But when I joined the School of Archaeology, it was entirely a different experience. Because in my opinion, and I'm convinced about it, having been associated with several universities and other institutions, I think the course content of the School of Archaeology, both in terms of theory as well as practical, is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I think we had the best of teachers. So on anthropology, we used to go to the Delhi University, which was the Department of Anthropology, where all the teachers, from the head of the department to the others, they gave us lectures and also training in different aspects of anthropology. Then we had wonderful series of lectures from Professor N.K. Bose. Dr. Jitendranath Banerjee gave us lectures on Hindu iconography, Krishna Dev on temple architecture, K.R. Srinivasan on South Indian temple architecture. Mr. A. Ghosh himself gave us lectures on Buddhist architecture, including also, he gave also lectures on publication, antiquarian laws. So we had the best of all the worlds. Professor Sankalia gave us, took our classes, Professor G.R. Sharma. So we had, as I said, the best of all, best of the worlds. I also remember that once an Israeli archaeologist, General Yigai El-Yadin, he also gave us a talk on the excavations that he had carried out in Israel. Proto-history, our classes were held in Safdarjung, where originally the Central Antiquities collection was located. Now it is in Purana Kila. So we were able to handle the actual material. So I can go on narrating our experiences to no end. And if I am, whatever little I have been able to achieve, it's not much, very little. It's only entirely due to School of Archaeology and, of course, the Archaeological Survey.
Finally, School of Archaeology was upgraded to Institute of Archaeology in 1985 with twin objective of research and training. In the same year, it was shifted from Janpat to a new campus at Tilak Mart, New Delhi. In 2005, it was again shifted to the historic Red Fort.
In 1985, the School of Archaeology was upgraded to the status of Institute of Archaeology, and since then it is regularly giving training to 2 years postgraduate diploma course in archaeology. The students from various subjects like ancient Indian history, culture and archaeology, history, medieval history, anthropology, geology, they come and join the institute, and besides the students who pass out from different universities, students from foreign universities and foreign countries, they are also allowed in a limited way to get training from the institute to come out with fully trained discipline, and he can be a very good archaeologist in his future life, and he can serve not only in Archaeological Survey of India, but he can also join state archaeology departments, or he can he can prove to be a very good professional in the subject in universities. He can teach there, he can work in various learned institutions in the country, and that is how he can show his mettle when he comes out from the institute.
The institute conducts 2-year postgraduate diploma in archaeology, which include theoretical and practical training in all major aspects of the subject. Theory classes in prehistory, protohistory, historical archaeology, epigraphy, numismatics, architecture, iconography, antiquarian law are delivered by experts from Archaeological Survey of India, universities, and scholars from foreign countries. Intensive practical training in exploration, excavation, surveying, photography, drawing, monument conservation, and chemical preservation are also given to the students. Students are being taken to the important monuments, sites, and museums in India. Beside these, Institute also conducts special lectures, workshops, and seminars for the mastery of the students in all aspects of archaeology. There is a makeshift hostel for students inside the Red Fort campus. Each student is being provided with handsome amount as scholarship. For these 2 years, students keenly learn what archaeology is and how it is useful for
You
mankind.
are the custodian, and also you are the person who discovers the past of the bygone ages. You discover the cultures, you discover the civilization, you discover the art, you discover the architecture, you discover the iconography, you discover the painting. You excavate. You don't excavate the structures, you excavate the people, their life, their culture, their traditions, their beliefs, their system, their way of living. And it is not a excavation in the sense what people understand. It is an excavation of the entire human life of a given period or given time or given area.
This Institute of Archaeology is internationally known, and it conducts 2 years diploma training in archaeology and applied sciences, and also provides rigorous training in the field of excavation, exploration, conservation, and epigraphy. Experts of national and international fame in the respective fields are invited to share their experience with the trainees and participants. Institute of Archaeology has gained so much importance worldwide that we are receiving participants from the SAARC countries. The students in the institute are trained in such a way that they can, for future, they can take it up as a challenging work in any field of archaeology.
The institute has completed 54 years of its existence and has produced several archaeologists of repute who have made significant contributions in different fields of Indian archaeology like field archaeology, epigraphy, numismatics, architecture, underwater archaeology, and monument conservation. This institute produced students who reached up to the level of Director General, Directors of Archaeological Survey of India, and Directors of State Archaeological Department. Some foreign students of the institute also became the directors of the Department of Archaeology of their respective countries. B.B. Lal, the former director of School of Archaeology, was conferred with Padma Bhushan by Government of India. R.S. Bisht was also honored with Padma Shri for his contributions in the field of archaeology. Throughout the 54 years of excellent learning, the Institute of Archaeology reaches the zenith of success. We hope that the success will never stop and Institute will continue its journey. In future also, Institute of Archaeology will definitely make glorious achievements by contributing promising archaeologists.